Okay, I'm going to be fast. I know I'm standing between you and all the beers. So I will be... First, let me start with C-Team, who we are. We are 7 persons, where 6 of them are consultants and 1 office staffer. We are a really nerdish company with around 200 customers, 50 returning and 20 really good. We do IT consultancy, sells hardware and software. Along that we have a small hosting business which contains customer installations and IBM Tivoli Storage Manager for backup. Cloud C is our Zabbix brand. Whatever we do, we use that name. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is to present you this problem. You might have a Zabbix server, you have the internet, and everything is good. Then you might want to add more sites. It could be remote sites, foreign locations. They could have special firewalls which you're not allowed to touch. You need to install your own operating system and prepare it for the Zabbix Proxy, which requires open IPMI if you need that, libSSH, fping, curl, databases, all that stuff. We do a lot of Zabbix Proxy, so we believe that there was missing something. So we're trying to fill in the gap, and we created a Zabbix Proxy Appliance. And from now on, I will just call this ZPA. It is our own operating system, Cloud C OS, and on top of that, a standard proxy. The Cloud C OS provides some fairly good things. Along the distribution, there is also a template. When you just install the first ZPA, Zabbix Proxy Appliance, at the customer side, it will connect to the Zabbix server. You will attach a template to it, and it will automatically start detecting and reporting duplicate IP addresses. If you put in 2 ZPAs, maybe across a WAN link at your company, there will be iPerf end-to-end test between the 2 ZPAs. We also have the SAP daemon from Ruckus Wireless, which does a UDP 95% quality test of the WAN link. The ZPA is able to send emails to the customer's mail server, which then gets sent to the internet, bounced back to the mail server, and the ZPA pops the email from the mail server. Now we have tested the complete ecosystem of the mail system. All that is included in the ZPA right from the start. The Cloud C OS is a read-only ISO-based live OS and is created on the fly by you. It is a very robust platform. It has been running now for 1.5 years at around 30 customers. No breakdowns. All it requires is a network interface card and 512 megabyte memory. That will serve around 50 servers and 600 items. The whole operating system is 40 megabyte. It is ISO hybrid loader, so it's possible to just burn it to a compact flash and it will run from there. You can stick that flash into a Sucres, an Alex, whatever suits you. You can burn it to a CD-ROM, put it into an old server, use an old laptop. You can run it from a VMware player, from ESX. That's what we do normally. The Cloud Z OS has a custom kernel where no storage is compiled in, so there's no risk for the Cloud Z to override the hard drives. It runs completely off init RAMFS. BusyBox is taking care of the environment. The daemon and service control is by runit, which takes care of starting all the services, and if they go down, we'll try to start them again. There has been some talk on the internet about having runit controlling Zabbix, because Zabbix tends to go to the background. That has been fixed with some programming ourselves. Cleash is a part of the box as well, so you will have a Cisco-like CLI for those who like that. Yeah, it comes packed with custom scripts for testing and open source tools ready to use. The Cloud Set has a Zabbix Proxy and the Zabbix agent, so you can always query it and get all the results out of the box. It is very easy to upgrade and expand functionality by having an async server internally. I will show you that later on. How to create a Zabbix Proxy Appliance. You just go to the site zpacloudc.pro, enter in those parameters and press create ISO. It takes 1 second, then you have the ISO ready to run. The zpacloudc.pro don't use it. But I will just show it here. It has some interesting features. The update server URL, you can just enter in any URL where the rsync should sync and fetch new upgrades from. And it is possible now to select if it should be version 1.8.15 or 2.3. Enable tunnel if you want to create a secure tunnel between the Cloud COS and the Zabbix server. Just press tunnel. ZapD and iPerf also there to enable. If you don't enable anything, you will just get the clean Zabbix proxy. I'm writing, this is ready for 1st of November. Then if you go to zpaclouds.pro, it will be the new version. The version which you create at that address right now will be a version 1.8. Future stuff. I will start working now on the documentation of the actually Cloud COS. Also inviting people to help if there's anybody who is really, really good at doing this. We also want to create a hardware-based box based on Raspberry Pi, and the whole package should be around 50 euros. And I actually took one with me today with a nice Zabbix logo on it and the computer inside. It's a very sturdy box and everything metal for 50 euro. It's pretty cheap. It's cheaper than actually changing the firewall. So just take this box. I will then hopefully create another version here where you just enter in the details you want to go into the box, and we will ship the box to that site for you, and it will start working when it arrives there. Yeah, there's an obstacle here. The Raspberry is an ARM-based computer, and we need to compile I know there's some DDVRT stuff out there. No?
How is it powered? PoE or just...
Raspberry Pi doesn't support PoE power, unfortunately, but I created there's a micro USB port there. I also made sure that that was not teared away from the box, so we have made some small holes for the sticker. Very nice. Yeah, but I need some help. It's ARM-based, and there's a lot of that should be compiled. I will jump now, because how do we use our Zabbix Proxy Appliance? As I said, it is running at around 30-35 customers at the moment. Our Zabbix installation, we run that free of charge for all our customers. They pay for the installation, which tends to be one time and then small changes at the way. We developed the custom specific IT service monitoring, where we simplify monitoring to one item. We use Zabbix to watch our customers, thereby creating awareness and revenue just by being there when something is wrong. That creates tremendously good value for us, but we don't charge for the actual services. So we have a single instance Zabbix servers. Our customers, they all run the virtual Zabbix Proxy Appliance at the moment. No test is performed from the Zabbix servers. There is no pollers, no trappers, no pingers activated on the Zabbix servers. All tests are performed from the customer's appliances behind their own firewalls. So I was really looking forward to the web test, which now should work in version 2.0 proxy, ? Wasn't that one of the features? Web tests from the proxy. Yeah, very nice. Then we really need the SSH feature as well, because then we can start doing, that is 2.2. Right? Yeah. What we get with this single instance server is, of course, that the customer has direct access to Skype notifications, SMS, and reporting right away. So that's very nice and very fast, and the customers are happy with it, and they don't get charged a dime. The good things and the bad things about this single instance is, of course, we do get a shared template system. So whatever we create for one customer immediately gets or become value for the other customers. The bad point is we cannot allow write access for the customers, and since there's no hierarchy within Zabbix, a container, we have to have a naming convention. I don't know if you can see it, but the customer name has to be in the front here, in the back, sorry, and the server name in the front, and then with a dot in the middle. Ensuring that you don't have 10 firewalls, because that's not allowed. I would have liked to see some hierarchy or some containers within Zabbix. But for the future, we have come up with another solution, which I would really like to hear your critiques or ideas about. Critiques are welcome. The future stuff will be a multi-instance Zabbix hosting, where we will provide a safe method of allowing customers write access. We will create a web-based self-service to create a new Zabbix instance, but we will make no modifications to the actual binary of the Zabbix server or change the looks. Everything should be a really down-to-earth standard Zabbix server. I think I will create the different instances based on FreeBSD jails. Hence it's very lightweight and easy to just create a new instance. So each customer will get his own instance, and there will be a SQL server in the bottom to serve all these. When this is filled up capacity-wise, we will create a new FreeBSD jail server. Still, the Zabbix Proxy Appliance from each of the customer sites will report into their own instance. The last thing, how do we get a central template repository pushed to all the customer instances? It would still be nice to have a single instance where we can actually maintain the templates, and then they should be immediately available on the different instances. I don't think that that's what you're trying to do. You're just creating a repository at Zabbix where we can place different templates. But there's no live link between a Zabbix server. I would like to see that feature, at least for this kind of setup, because then the customers will get something more value. We don't want to change the Zabbix code, but we would like to give them some nice templates, because this is where all the work is. This virtual machine. Yes. This virtual machine has no hard drives in it. It's just the CD-ROM drive. And this is the beta version. I'll just try to reboot the virtual machine. And then it's running. As it's saying, Zabbix Proxy Appliance is starting. There's no TFTP subconf appliance.conf, so it will use the built-in configuration file. This is a way of having an easy way to change the settings of the appliance, so you don't have to burn a new CD-ROM and download it. You can just, when you want to play with stuff, put up a TFTP server, have a DNS answer this name, and call the file this one. Then you can use it. There's no settings, so it has just taken the one from within the CD-ROM. Appliance key is ready, and it works like Cisco. So if you press SH, you can see show which modules are running on the appliance. We have Stonel down, we have syslog, daemon running, telnet running, Zabbix agent proxy is running. Show processes. Space is gone. Oops.
Press escape. Bust out of your VM.
Yes.
Go back into the VM and your keyboard should be fixed. It's actually a problem within VMware.
First time I see it.
That happens a lot.
It's a good thing it's a fast starter. Okay. Show.
That works too.
Oops, it did it again.
Oh, what's your nationality setting for the keyboard?
Danish. That might be the reason. Racist. Okay, this is a shell. So there's also a shell for you to play around with. It is, as I said, it is just a syslinux. It's a kernel, and then it's a lot of libraries compiled, put on a CD-ROM ISO file, and that's it. So it's not a distribution. It is. It's actually just libraries, binaries, run it to start everything up, and then BusyBox for yeah, all the shell stuff. That's it. Yeah, it is using. It's going off memory, and right now the oldest running Zabbix proxy is half a year old, and it got 512 megabyte memory, and it still has around 100 megabyte left. So it actually works on 512. If that is not enough, give it 1 gig, and then it can actually serve around 100 servers, I would guess. Yes, that's it.
Any more? We've got one here.
What kind of database backend does your proxy use?
SQLite.
Thanks.
Yes?
1 second.
So that you're running on a 512 and there's some left. Wouldn't it be a problem with the Raspberry Pi?
Yes. Let's see how big a problem it will become. I'm not fluent in Amish, but I do believe that they have some magic stuff.
They don't.
Then we might go for a bigger box.
We have one question over that side.
Okay, I have a question about, because we just ending this one project when we ported Zabbix to OpenWRT, and we have repository for it. So I wanted only to ask, because you told about some moving that system to ARM and to Raspberry, and I think it could be easier or maybe easy to use our build route. So if you will need some repository or something, we have already Zabbix to port it to OpenWRT.
Thank you. That's why we are here. It's one big happy family.
Any more questions anywhere?
Are you planning to use the GPIO pins on the Raspberry Pi for environmental monitoring or anything like that?
Sorry?
Are you planning to use the GPIO pins on the Raspberry Pi board for environmental monitoring?
For environmental, yes. And I have a customer who runs a very, very big truck company sending trucks all over Europe. He wants us to use the CAN bus from behind, what's it called, the hangar, because the CAN bus is providing a lot of environmental data, cooling data, and the Volvo trucks also has some, if he is using his speeder correctly, so he can be awarded points, and they want that transmitted back at home. Of course, Zabbix, the GPIO pins, some CAN translation might be coming from the USB port. Yeah, that's really, really on on the road.
Thanks.
Map.